Oh my God, the Saints are playing a football game this week, a real live actual football game in Los Angeles against the Chargers. We will break it all down for you next. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to Saints Happy Hour podcast. We never skip a drink day.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Now grab a drink and enjoy the show.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. I got Kevin with me. We're going to preview Saints Chargers in just a minute, but I just want to tell the people, Kevin, go to patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. We are giving you 90% off your first month all August if you are a first-time patron. Any level, join us. We're the most fun Saints podcast in the world, and we win awards. Join us. I promise you, it'll be the best money you spend all football season long. All right, Kevin, the Saints, they're playing an actual football game. The Chargers.
Come on now. Come on, man. Come on. Look, I gotta hear you say this.
Football.
I gotta hear people on other podcasts say this. I gotta see this on Twitter. I gotta see it on social media. Come on. Like,
it's better than practice, right? It's better than practice.
Listen, this is football is week one of the regular season until the Super Bowl, until the clock on the Super Bowl says 0,
That's
0,
right.
0, 0.
I will say this, though.
That's
Kevin.
it. And again, I know I'm making it seem small. It's really not. It's 17 weeks plus playoffs.
18, yeah.
Then 18 weeks plus playoffs plus the week off. Then the Super Bowl.
It's 22 weeks of football, actual football.
That's 20. That's 22 weeks. That's nearly half the entire year
Yeah.
is dedicated to football. Then you've got the draft. Like, you've got the week prior to the draft and the week of the draft. Actually, everybody who follows us, you know me.
You're
I'm
drunk.
out there. Listen.
You're mocking it.
I'm going to be mocking it. I'm probably going to hold off, like, knowing that the Saints are going to I'm going
Struggles.
with low
Like struggle bus.
expectations.
Struggle bus.
I'm going to avoid doing mock drafts until we at least get to December.
Wow.
Maybe late
Thomas
November.
set the
Maybe as a
timestamp.
Thanksgiving present.
I might be doing mocks.
I might start doing the mock drafts.
I might be doing
Because,
them
listen,
Halloween. I'm not going to.
I was hurting myself doing mock drafts as early as I was last year because a lot of those things just weren't working out and weren't right. I was just doing it to make myself feel.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
But I say all that to say we have to be able as a society.
Face ourselves.
We have to, as a society, be able to say, why are we getting so invested in practice, in the preseason?
Talking about practice.
We're not out there.
Not a game.
We're not out
Not
there.
a game. Not
We're
a
not
game.
out there we're not out there at training camp. We're not. I covered training camp.
Yeah.
You know what my job was? To take pictures with a bog standard camera while the guy from the Picayune is next to me with this giant ass,
Telescopic
lens
lens.
like this, where just the circle of it was the size of my head.
Yeah.
And he's got these the telephoto lens. He's out here shooting it like that. And I got, my little like Nikon that WWL decided to actually, spring for. And I can get, some okay
And a coupon.
photos. And then I got to go and talk to, Mike Carney or Gleason or whoever about, oh, hey, what do you like to do when you're not playing football?
Here's my
trying to
question.
do that. That's it. That's
Here's
all.
my question. Here's my question. Clearly you're not as excited about preseason football as I am, but here's my thing. Here's my thing with preseason football, Kevin. That
Yes.
I will acknowledge to you that you are 100% correct.
Uh-oh. Save that, Tomas.
Preseason football is one of those things. Every year, And especially this year, because the Saints have a quarterback battle. We got, who is it going to be? Rattler? Is it going to be Shuck? And we want to watch it. It's going to be great. And every year, I'm like, it's Saints football. I'm excited. The first preseason game, let's buy a pizza. Let's it. I got beer. And you get excited. And then
the ball is kicked.
And then the ball kicked off, and 4 plays into it, I'm like, preseason football sucks. And I realize it. And it's one of those things, the idea of preseason football for some of us is amazing. The reality is not.
I tell you what, I'll make an analogy from my world, so to speak. It's like you see a pro wrestler come out and they got this really fun, energetic entrance, and the whole crowd's going nuts for it. The crowd goes bananas when their music kicks in, and they've got like a thing that everybody does. You know, they're yeeting out there left and right, and they're the crowd just doing this, and it's 12,000 people in a building, 10,000 people in a building, all doing this, all into it, and then the bell rings, and everybody is not dead quiet, but the energy level plummets because the crowd doesn't really care, and the person in the ring isn't really that good. All they care about is the bells and whistles of, oh, we got an entrance. Oh, we've got the idea of pro football back.
Yeah.
Like people get ramped up for it. It's like, oh, my team has been away
and
for 6 months, 7 months. Now I get to watch the people. I get to watch the laundry go at it again.
And to be honest, I think preseason football was always terrible in reality. Let's be real. But in the last years, it's gotten worse because teams have followed the Rams model of, we're just not going to play anybody. So you don't even get to see the real players. But the Saints,
it's like that. It's basically Goodfellas. Fuck you, pay me.
It's right. But the NFL never cuts the price for the preseason.
No,
never. I don't even factor that into my Saints season tickets. I buy Saints season tickets 8 games. Those 2 preseason games, I give them away. But anyway, the Saints have a quarterback battle. They're in California. They're gonna have a big sort of, like, I guess Kellen Moore could, like, the Chargers didn't want to. He couldn't get a team to do joint practices, which honestly, Kevin, the Saints would have benefited greatly from a couple of joint practices with teams, I think.
Yeah.
So Kellen Moore is going to try to simulate that Friday. So he said, if a bunch of people play in that, they might not play in the game. So we don't know what they're going to do quarterback wise, but we're going to be interested. I think the quarterback situation, when you combine the game on Sunday and the practice on Friday that Kellen Moore is going to do, where he's going to simulate it like a joint practice, I think there is potential for Spencer Rattler to lock it in. And I'll admit, I've been wrong. Okay. Dave had Tomas play the soundbite on the main show that I said it was that I said it wasn't really competition. It was going to be Shucks. Come on, let's be real. I'll admit I'm wrong. I'm not invested in being right. I just want the Saints to win. I'm here to put on a show for you people. Being right is not that important to me. I'd like to be, but my point is, I really think Spencer Rattler, if he kills it in the practice Friday and kills it in the game Sunday, he's got a chance to lock it up. I'm not saying he will, but he has a shot to do that where Shuck doesn't.
I don't think I wouldn't go so far as to say lock it up. I think Rattler, and here's something that I'll may confuse people. I think Rattler should start. Now, am I going to die on that hill? Am I going to scream bloody fucking, bloody murder? I'm trying not to cuss. My
wife can't hear you, so she won't.
Well, no, but it's the principle of it. There's principalities in this. Right, to quote Friday, there's principles here. I'm not going to die on that hill. I'm not going to lose my sugar if Shuck starts the game. But I think Rattler should start, and he should play the entire first quarter. Let Shuck come in, play the second and the third. and then either have Hayner and or Decker, because I think they brought Decker back.
Decker back. That's right.
To cut the punter. So
Right.
let one or both of them do mop up duty in the fourth. But Rattler should start. Shuck should get then the bulk of the play in the second and the third, and then let the third string guy handle the fourth. I don't care if they win or lose. I don't care if they win by 20 or lose by 20. I just want to see what they do.
What do you want?
Period.
Well, that's my first topic. You know, what do you want to? What's the one thing you want to see from Rattler and Shuck? What's obviously you're like, I want them to throw touchdowns and all that. You want them to play.
Yeah.
But what do you
get hurt?
What not get hurt, obviously. But what do you want to see from each of them that you would be like, okay, that's progress. I like that. I'm seeing good things because I have a couple. I mean, for Rattler, particularly,
you're looking at a guy who had 7 starts last year, and then you're looking at Shuck. So you have a genuine rookie and a glorified rookie.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that.
I am looking to see a little bit of poise, some poise, the ability to stay in the, command the pocket. I'll say that, command the pocket, because it's different to say poise, stay in the pocket when, if Rattler is good, can move and extend a play and can either take off for a couple of runs and maybe snag a first down, or if he extends a play to just get a pass off that just gets positive yardage, that's good to me. To me, that's command of the pocket. Even if the pocket breaks down, you're commanding things back there. Like, not to look like you're panicking and hanging on to the ball too long and taking like the coverage sacks or just getting completely bull rushed and not knowing what to do. Like, that is my thing. As long as they don't look like deer in headlights and can make a couple of good throws, I don't need to see Shuck or Rattler, for that matter, sling the ball 50 yards down the field in laser precision strikes. I don't need that yet. If they can if they can move the team down the field, I'll be happy with that.
This is going to be a weird thing because Rattler, I think one of the reasons why Saints fans love him so much is not just because he's an underdog and all this. Like, his best plays, he's an agent of chaos, right? Like, he's scrambling, he's running around, he's doing the jump pass. But here's the thing. He's not athletic enough to do that consistently at the NFL level to win. What I would love to see from Rattler, open and drive, 6 of 7, 63 yards, a touchdown, everything from the pocket. It's just 6 yards here, 7 yards there. No scrambling, no chaos, just everything in the pocket. And maybe it's preseason.
6 of 7.
So there's no pass rush. There's no, like, maybe that it won't give you a true picture of him because,
man, if he goes 6, if he does exactly that, you and I both know Saints Twitter is going to anoint this. Like, they're going to be petitioning Pope Leo.
But I'm saying they would. But in the same sense, if he goes 3 of 8 and gets sacked twice, but does a play where he avoids a sack, scrambles back, jukes a guy, and throws a bomb to Shaheed, they'll be just as excited. And to me, those two scenarios are not nearly the same. I'm saying. It was what I'm saying.
So you're okay. So you're saying you would rather the mob, if the mob is going to be gung ho for him.
Be gung ho for a legit reason.
Right. Like shit. At least let them look good out there. Like, legitimately look, like, consistently look good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm picking up what you're laying down. I get that.
And listen, I didn't say this on the live stream, but I'll tell it to you, full transparency. See, I had a dream about the 2025 Saints. I had
You want to sing it like Les Mis?
I'm not gonna sing it. I had a dream, and in the dream, Spencer Rattler's mom and his family was doing to me in real life what they do to me on Twitter, which is yell at me sometimes in my DMs. And they were yelling at me and they were saying, ha ha ha, you said Spencer Rattler could never be good if his sack rate was terrible. Well, look at him now. He's good. And I said to either his mom or his sister or somebody, I said, what's Spencer Rattler's sack rate? And they slapped me. And then I woke up. So I don't know, Kevin. I don't know if that's a good sign because Spencer Rattler's playing good, or it's a bad sign that he's still going to get sacked at a ridiculously high level. Can you be Freud and answer and analyze my dream?
Let me, brother, I ain't putting you on a couch. I think we all need therapy, but it ain't through me. Stats, let's see. He went 130 at 228, sacked 22.
8.8 is his sack rate. 8.8.
Yeah, like 4 touchdowns, 5 picks. Like, honestly, you know, I'm thinking to justify running around saying you said he sucked, well, look at him now. Completion percentage has to jump up. Probably 5 points at minimum. He's got to be throwing 62% completion. Average yards per completion probably got to be it's at 5.8. It's probably got to be closer to 7. Touchdown interceptions, you got to be looking at, instead of it being, obviously, you want to get more, like I'm sounding like John Madden saying the team that scores the most points has the best chance of winning. You're going to want to see like a better rate. Obviously, you're going to want to see a better ratio than that. 4 and 5. If you can give me 11 and 7.
Ooh, that's still not that great. Huh.
It's still high.
Still high.
It's still high, but 11 and 7, that's something to work with. And if you can trim the sacks down a little, I'm thinking, because again, I'm trying to put myself in the mindset
I think you got to get that
what
sack
would I tell you to F off with? He's gotten better. Completions go up. He throws more TDs than interceptions, even if it's just a little bit above even, which is obviously what you want. And the sacks go down a scotch. So if that sack rate is like, what'd you say, 8.8 or 8.7?
It's 8.8.
Let's say he gets it to 7.9. It's still bad. It's still bad, but if it's like when you're driving in your car and you see the odometer flip, or it's a psychological thing. If you're watching a basketball game or even a football game, if the other team has a different number in front of it than you, psychologically, it's like you're trailing by more. If you are down by 7, but it's 10-17, that feels closer somehow than 24-17 because the other team has a 2 in front of it.
Yeah,
so if you roll the odometer back, I'm circling around. If you roll the odometer from 8 to 7, obviously it's less, but it's progress, and that's all they need to see is just that little, just get a little bit of tweaking.
It feels a little bit. I'll say this, and then we'll get to the next topic. I will die on this hill. Spencer Rattler is not athletic enough, an NFL quarterback, to succeed consistently as a starting quarterback long term if his sack rate is over 6. I will die. I will die on that hill.
I don't disagree.
If I'm proven wrong, I'll eat it. But I 100% believe that. So we've talked about the quarterbacks, of course, and it's a touchy thing. You know, people are. You know, we're all interested in it. Like the funny thing, Kevin, is is Calvin Banks the Saints' number one pick? Is he even alive? Like, I haven't heard a thing about him, which is great because the offensive linemen, you only hear about them when they're terrible. But here's my thing. What is the non-quarterback that you are most interested in for this game for the Saints?
Oh, man. Non-quarterback.
And it's tough because you don't know who's exactly going to play. But just going into it, let's assume the player that you're interested in is going to play. Because
I've got what I will say this. Okay. I've got one. Actually, shit, I could tell you I've got three, but
go ahead. Go ahead.
But they're all simple and they're all in the same position.
What is?
I want to know, is Chris Olave going to wear the cap on the helmet?
The Guardian cap, yep.
Is he going to wear the cap on the helmet? Is somebody going to finally try and save this man from himself? That's it with him. That's all I need. If he's wearing that, I'm fine. I am fine. If anything happens at that point, hey, that's act of God, the whole deal. Wear that. I want to see him wearing that in these preseason games, and then I want to see him wear it in the regular season. That's it.
Yeah.
Because he's good. Look, he's good enough to be a starter. He's good enough to be playing. He's going to make the team as long as his brain doesn't fall out of his ear. He's fine. He'll make the team. The other guy, Rashid Shaheed, I want to see his burst.
Yeah.
I want to see the burst. I want to see what he looks like running. And then Brendan Cooks. What's he look like a few years older? That's it. Because those are the guys that right now are pole position to be 1, 2, and 3 on this team.
Yeah.
I'm not fond of it.
And if you think you're not fond of that, check the depth chart behind him.
Brother, I got it pulled up in front of me. That's what, look, I said 2 weeks ago, I said Moochie Dixon because literally it's a who's who of who's that.
I mean, I can't even say my bub means propaganda with a straight face anymore. I can't do it. I can't lie to the people. Like he's been invisible.
Right. Like all these guys are just sitting there. I mean, it's like that Simpsons meme of the doctor trying to show Mr. Burns how he has every single disease, but he's still living because not one of them can get through this doorway and they're all stuck in the door frame. Like all these receivers are stuck in the door frame and not one of them can get through to take the fourth spot. Or who knows with Shaheed, who knows with Brendan Cooks, if Olave's brain gets leaks out of his face, it's all up in the air. It's wide open for somebody.
If I was the Saints, I would say to Chris Olave, listen, if you wear the Guardian cap, we will give you an extra $50,000 a week.
50 grand.
50 grand a week. Hey, it's like that's like an extra 850 grand. And say to him, look, just do it. Whatever. And at that point, like you are protecting your investment. And I hope he does it. My people to watch, Kevin.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't give the people the bub memes propaganda with a straight face that I want to. But I can still give them the Kendre Miller propaganda. I cannot quit him. I probably should. But if I could just get 3 Kendre Miller carries for 22 yards and no injuries, I'll be a happy camper.
1 catch for 7 yards.
Yeah. And I got to say, I don't know who it would be because it's pretty dire. But if the Saints could show they have a living, breathing, functional tight end, not named Juwan Johnson, That would be pretty fun too.
Yeah, oh man.
I mean, I don't know. Like it's Jack Stahl, the guy that they drafted with the weird name.
Mataveo.
Like listen, man, it is if you're a tight end and you're playing for the Saints, it's wide open. Bro,
Listen,
to make
this
the
guy
roster.
again. I'm looking at his. If you are 6'8",
6'8",
and you are supposed to be a pass catcher, and you can't make this team, if you can't make this team
at tight end,
with everybody hurt, take up pinochle, take up pickleball, my man. Pickleball's take up volleyball. You're 6'8".
And here's the thing with Mataveo. Kevin, he's 6'8", so he's a giant among giant athletes, right?
Right.
All that dude needs to do is give us 2 catches. It could be like a 4-yard touchdown in the red zone from Rattler or Shuck. We won't even care. We'll be like, look at our new giant tight end. We love him. Like that,
Right.
brother, that is
Shove
all
a guy
you need to
over
do.
too. Catch the ball, and as you're catching it, just do a little leap because the safety or whoever is going to be or the linebacker just can't do it. So just catch, and as you're coming down, whoop, just shove the little guy over. They're going to be smaller
We'll
than
love you forever. We'll love you forever. Like,
Right. That's all you got to do.
It's so like tight end. So a final question before we get out of here. What former, or not a former because they're still on the team, right? So what previous Saints draft pick from before 2025 needs to have a good game Sunday to get their butt back on the path to staying on the roster?
I had one answer and one answer only. I loved my my first intuition on this one so much I didn't even consider anybody else. Isaiah Foskey.
Yeah.
Show me something. Like ESPN has him currently listed as a strong side linebacker. Even though really the Saints depth chart, he's listed as the edge defender, and he's listed as second team, but he's only listed as second team because they've got Granderson and Young listed ahead of him as jointly, which is weird. This guy this guy's fighting for his life. He's fighting for his football life here in the first two preseason games.
Yeah, and listen,
I think if he doesn't play, I mean that is a gots to go situation.
They could cut him and sign another punter. I'll give you a name. I'll give you a name from the. And by the way, the 2023 draft is looking horrific. Brian Bresee, very solid pick. Good. Isaiah Foskey,
bad.
Kendra Miller, injured all the time. Saldiveri, injured. Jake Hayner, bleh. Jordan Howden, I'll get to him in a second. A.T. Perry, he's already gone.
Right.
Jordan,
The 2020 and look, I've said this on Twitter already, and I can't remember if we asked this or if somebody else might have asked it on the Discord. Again, Saints Happy Hour. If you're a patron, you get access to the Discord. You should do it. You can shoot the shit with everybody. Fun times. I said in there and on Twitter that the 2023 NFL, the Saints draft in 2023 is right now a D+. It is a D+.
Yeah.
Depending on what Kendra Miller does. Because really, Jake Hayner, it would take, I don't know if miracle is the right word, but it would take something for Jake Hayner to somehow get notable, to start So he's not going to have a chance to really bump the grade.
Mm-hmm.
You would need Foskey to make the team, Miller to not get hurt and really contribute, and Brissy to just keep improving in order for that grade to go up.
Yeah.
Because if Foskey gets cut, it's going from a D plus to a D. If Kendra Miller gets hurt again, or if he gets cut, again, D plus to a D. Like the 2023 draft has could wind up in D minus. It could be a D minus. I wouldn't give him a fail. I would not give him a fail if Brian Brissy remains on the team as a contributor.
I mean, you can't fail it, but it's at a state now where even if Brian Brissy is like a Pro Bowl player, it's still like a B minus because everything else is so bad. But the other guy that I want to talk about is Jordan Howden.
Yeah.
By all accounts, he's had a really good camp. He picked off Shuck the other day. By all accounts, he's made significant progress, and he went from being like everybody else in this draft, where you're like, brother, you better step up, or you're not going to make this 53-man roster, to, oh, he's looking really good in practice. He's sort of solidified his spot. I think a really good game by him could lock in that roster spot if he plays well, and he stays healthy. And here's the thing. He's probably going to play a lot because they're not going to play, they're not going to play Reed. They're not going to play Blackman at safety, right? So they're probably going to play Howden, I would bet, a decent amount. So he's got a shot, but he's got to get it over the line. The 2023, Kevin, I think the 2023 draft, I think it would have been better if you just would have wrote out 100 names, put them in a bag, and told my son to pick names out of them for the Saints. I think he wouldn't have done any worse than the Saints have currently done. Because all he would have needed to do was, of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names, all he would have needed to do is hit on 2 of your top 100 players, picking the names out of the bag, and he would be doing twice as good as the Saints did.
Yeah. And listen, the 2024 draft, could hang in the balance here too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, Fuaga is a starter. McKinstry is either a starter or a backup.
He's looking good in camp. Give him that. Give him that.
And then you got like Rattler. Rattler's the big, the difference maker, I guess. If he becomes the starter, then it's an improvement. Even if he's crap, it's like, well, you drafted a guy in the 5th round who did become your starter, so bully for you.
Well, here's my question, and we can get out of here with it.
Yeah.
Let's say Fuaga, excellent right tackle. I'm not saying Pro Bowl. I'm not saying elite, but he's excellent like right tackle. He gets a second contract from the Saints. Kool-Aid is a good enough corner. He starts for the Saints, and he gets a second contract.
Yeah.
Rattler is good enough to be a backup quarterback for the Saints, and he gets a second contract. What would you give that draft for the Saints for 2024?
I'm presuming when would these contracts, like, so you're saying
so like Kool-Aid year 4 would get an extension. Fuaga year 4, the next year after.
So that would be 27. It would be 2027.
Yeah. He would get Kool-Aid would get the extension in 2027. Yes.
And Rattler proves himself just enough to be this guy is a definitive backup who can make money, and
like he's the backup.
Yeah.
And Fuaga is your right tackle for a decade.
Fuaga's right. I think at minimum I think B minus. B minus feels about right. So it's like I'm wavering between that C plus and B minus. The idea of Fuaga being the right tackle for a decade is what keeps it. I think makes me lean B minus.
See, for me to get above a B grade, for me, an A grade means I got 2 starters and a contributor. So I got 3 solid guys from a draft.
Yeah.
B plus, B plus means you got 2 studs. B minus is what the Saints got. They you got Fuaga, Kool-Aid solid, and you got a backup quarterback. That's a nice thing to have. So I'd give it a B minus. That's a solid draft. But here's the thing. If you stack up B minus, B plus draft, if you can put multiple ones together, you're in a good spot. So we'll see. My final thought on this game before we get out of here is I'm interested on what we talked about the quarterbacks, and I want to see the vibes for Kellen Moore, because we've never seen him be a head coach. We've never and as an offensive coordinator, right? They don't really put the camera on you. So I want to see like what kind of vibe does Kellen Moore have during the game? And I want to see like what kind of vibe he has after the game. If the Saints, especially if the Saints look like a pile of turds. Like I want to see like what Kellen Moore, like, is he going to keep his positivity, his Beaver positivity and all that? Or is he kind of we're going to see him get a little perturbed in the post game if the Saints play like duty. So that's my last thing.
No, I hadn't thought of that. That was that. I like that. It'd be nice to see if he, if they don't play well, how many gosh darn it's does he drop or in the post game. I would hope that he doesn't like just show a little frustration. I don't need you to bang the podium. I don't need you to yell or say or swear you a cuss or anything like that. I just need. Yeah, that's that.
We just need the.
Wasn't a good result. Didn't like the play. Didn't like this. We got to look. The coaches, the staff, and we got to take this back to the tape room. We got to understand things. We got to make sure that the players understand things. We got to put the players in the best position to succeed. Yada yada yada, and we got to make sure that they can execute. Stuff like that.
Not like we don't want him to be fake and like switch his personality, because that would be weird. That would be weird. It'd be like, he's been this whole way the whole time. Now he's like being a raving lunatic like Ditka. No, but we just want to be like, Kellen Moore, he's mad. We haven't seen that before. Like, I just want to. I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how he is during the game and after the game. So it's all fun. I know Kevin's not as excited as me, but I get excited for preseason football, and then the game starts, and I realize it's preseason football, and I'm sad. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting the show. Put a comment. It helps us, and it doesn't cost you anything. Go to patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour. Become a first-time patron. 90% off, Kevin. Any tier all month long. That is a great freaking deal. You can be a gold tier member for $1. So anyway, do it. It's amazing. For Kevin, for Thomas, editing this, post-production back in Poland. Best on earth. Thank you guys. Until next time, the bar is closed.